Renting farmland, it can be a viable alternative to purchasing. Farm Credit Canada has released some data comparing rental rates to values. Joining us now to break it down for us, host of Real Ag Radio, Shaun Haney. Always a pleasure, Shaun. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. So let's start with how Farm Credit Canada actually calculates these numbers. What do they say?
Yeah, great to be with you here this morning. So every year, Farm Credit Canada puts out their land value report, and they have put it out already for 2023. But the rental market is also an important component and makeup of how farmers access land to grow. And of course, we've seen the drastic increase in the cost of land. Sometimes, like you said, renting is a I guess more affordable option, especially from a cash flow perspective and for impact on the balance sheet. So what Farm Credit does is they're only looking here at cash rents. And there's lots of different ways to do a rental agreement, but they're only looking at cash rent. So what they do is they take the cash rental rate per acre divided by the value of that farmland per acre from a value standpoint if you were to purchase it, and the ratio is measured in a percent. So, for example, in Canada for 2023, the rate or the ratio was 2.52%. So the rental rate was 2.52% of the total land value, and they've done that for all the provinces across the country as well.
You know, I would think, too, when it comes to this, and you're looking at these rental and land values, it really has a big difference between region, doesn't it?
It does, because crops grown is going to have a big change as well. Of course, a rental rate for a potato acre is going to be a lot different than the rate for something that's just growing wheat or canola or even corn, right? So there's going to be some differences across the country. We should expect that. So like I said, the national average was 2.52%. That's actually slightly down from the 2.55% in 2022. If we look across the different provinces, we can see that Alberta's 2.4%. That's down from 2.6% the year before. Saskatchewan at 3.1%. That's flat to a year ago. And pick another one. Ontario is 1.25%. That's down from 1.4% in 2022. So, if you look at a province like Saskatchewan, it's flat. It's the same rate this year as it was last year. It kind of shows you because Saskatchewan had the greatest jump in land values. So the cash market is actually the cash rental market is actually following very closely that land value appreciation to hold that ratio the same.
Makes sense. Wow, so interesting. Shaun, thank you so much for joining us and breaking this down for us. Appreciate you being here as always. The host of Real Ag Radio, that is Shaun Haney. And this Real Ag Radio update is brought to you by Economics. And you can go to nutrient-economics.com for the latest crop nutrition research and information. You can also catch Shaun's show. You're not going to want to miss it. He's going to go into more depth on this and so much more. Real Ag Radio, that's 4:30 p.m. Eastern, weekdays on Rural Radio Channel 147. That's on Sirius XM.